Hi guys, it's Latrice. I'm going to be taking out my braids today, my twists. I have some Havana twists in my hair, and I'll be taking them out and washing my hair, giving my hair a nice treatment, and I'll probably leave them out for maybe a week or so, and then I'm going to be reinstalling them. But this video is going to be me showing you how I make my sort of like hair cream mousse, or leave-in conditioner, whatever you want to call it, type of thing. It's like a nice hair treatment, but you can leave it in, you don't have to wash it out. So let's see, the ingredients that I'm going to be using are basic ingredients that I use all the time anyway. I use them separately, but what this hair cream does is that it allows me to combine all of the products that I really like to use into one whipped, concoction. So I'm going to be using some shea butter, my trusty tea tree oil, coconut oil, of course, my jojoba oil, let me see that, of course I have my water, always add water, and what I'm going to be putting in it this time is I like to use this curl enhancing smoothie just when I'm doing my twist outs and things like that. So I'm going to be using just a bit of this to help with the base with the shea butter. Just not a lot, just a bit. You'll see. So I had a container around here somewhere. What I did with it is now the question. Pause, guys. I can't find the container. Be right back. Just hold tight. Alrighty. So, I'm going to be using just a regular jar. Nothing fancy. I mean, if you have a container that makes more sense, then use one. I can't find my my little plastic container for some reason, so I'm just going to be putting it in my old jar, which is perfectly fine. The top is good enough for me to be able to get in and mix it good, so whatever works. So let's get started. First, you have your shea butter, of course. You have your jar. Let's see if I can work this out here to where you can see what I'm doing. Here's the jar. Shea butter. Spoon. You just want to take it and get as much as you possibly want. It's up to you, honestly. It depends on how much you want to make. I'm going to make enough so that it lasts, so that I don't have to keep remaking it. So yeah, you just want to spoon out your shea butter, and then you just want to put it in the jar. Whoa. So it gets really sticky, so that's why I have a knife as well. So I'm just going to use the knife to get it in there. The knife is better because it's sticking to the spoon a bit. I want you guys to see what I'm doing, so I'm trying to get it so that you can see what I'm doing. You just want to get it in the jar. And like I said, the amount is completely up to you. How much you want to make is fine. I'm going to be making a really good amount. Gonna try not to make the video too long. Just gonna do probably like a sample amount just for the video, and then make more later, so I don't bore you guys to death. So see, Let's go ahead and put your shea butter in the jar. So you have that. I'm gonna add a little bit more. You can never go wrong with shea butter. I like saying butter. Because I'm silly. So yeah, I'm still scooping it out in case you can't see. Scooping it. And this shea butter doesn't cost a lot. I got this from my local hair supply store. It was like maybe $4.99. So yeah, just want to make sure it's all in there. Waste not, want not. So I don't want to waste. Yeah, make sure it gets down in there good. So that's the shea butter, if you can see that. Don't mind the peach. So shea butter is in there good. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using just a touch of this cream just to help with the consistency and, you know, making it light. So I'm just gonna take some scoops of this cream and go ahead and add it to the shea butter. So just maybe 2 scoops. And this helps with making it, the base of it, the texture that I want is, you know, smooth and creamy. So you see how it starts to blend in with the shea butter, if you can see that well. And you just want to start working those two in together. So I'm not sure if you can really see that. See what it looks like? Yummy. So I have my water in a spray bottle, so I'm just gonna take off the top and go ahead and add some water. Now I want to control the amount of water, so first I'm gonna just add a little bit to the spoon because I don't want the water to, I don't want it to be too much. I want it to be a good amount. So that's 1. Maybe I'll do like 3 spoons and then go from there. Because I don't want it to be watery. I want it to be nice and thick and creamy. So I'm just going to add 3 of these spoons just to help with this base. So you go ahead and start mixing those 3 together. Get it whipped in really nicely, if you can see that. So it's starting to whip up really good, the shea butter and the water and the cream. You just want to mix it up really good, if you can see that. And you just want to whip it. And I'm using the knife just because the knife helps with stirring when it helps to cut through the shea butter. Like if you use a spoon, then you're gonna have to like press a lot to help cut through the shea butter, but just using a knife helps to cut through it while you're whipping it. So yeah, so I'm like cutting and whipping at the same motion. So this is how it looks, guys, if you can see that. This is how it looks right now. I don't know if you can see that really clearly, but because of the light. But it looks like that right now. Still kind of thick. And I want it to be a little bit lighter. But that'll come once I start to add the oils. Okay, so I have my tea tree oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a few drops of that. So for this size, since it's not a ton, I'm actually going to be making more. This is just like a sample size for now. I'm going to go ahead and add like 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that may have been more than 4. Yeah, so that's the tea tree oil, and then the jojoba oil, which helps give it a really good scent. It smells really good. You can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Add as much as you want, honestly. There is no, you know, rhyme or reason to it. And then, of course, my coconut oil, still with the little crazy hole at the top that I actually did with a knife because I couldn't get the lid off. I'm gonna go ahead and try and be very careful here with this. Trying to pour through this hole is a tad bit difficult, but let's see if I can do it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, a spoonful of the coconut oil for right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that in. And then just whip all of that together. And now it's starting to whip really, really well. And it's becoming the consistency that I want it to be. I want it to be really, really light. And what I'm going to do is, once I take my braids out, I'm going to be giving myself a deep conditioner treatment and washing my hair really well, and then letting the treatment sit in for maybe a half hour since I've had my hair, you know, in these twists for so long. I'm going to go ahead and give myself that protein treatment and let that work its way through my hair. I'm just going to sit it under a cap, and like I said, for maybe a half hour. And then once it's time for me to style my hair, I'm going to use this homemade cream just because it's good. I already have all of my ingredients that I like to use all in one cream, so that helps with not overusing too much product. So I like to make these creams and sort of just have them ready for when I need them. Yeah, it's getting really good, really creamy, like I like it. So yeah, if you can see, I probably can't see that. Like I said, it's so much light. I'm trying to get so that you can see it good. So if you can see that, it's whipping really good. See how smooth it comes off? It's not sticky, it is nice and creamy. It's nice and creamy. So yeah. So this is just a little sample size. And just to reiterate, what I used is shea butter. I used my curl enhancing smoothie, just a bit of this to help with the whipping. You don't need to use a lot of this because this isn't really the base. The shea butter is the base. This is just to help with the consistency, so you don't want to use a lot. So I used 2 scoops of this, and you can substitute this with anything that has that already creamy consistency just to help break up the shea butter. So yeah, this I use tea tree oil, jojoba, coconut, and a bit of water. Not a lot of water because you don't want it to be runny. So just a bit of water to also help with breaking up the shea butter. So yeah guys, that's the cream. That's how I make my cream. And you can substitute any of the oils with any oils that you like. Doesn't have to be those oils specifically. those are just the oils that I specifically love to use on my hair. So you can substitute the oils with absolutely anything. So yeah, I use the cream in my hair. It helps keep it moisturized. It helps with the growth. It helps me to maintain, and I'm going to do that today and then leave my hair out for maybe a week, and then I'm going to be putting my twists back in. But so that's all. Bye guys.